Good day, hi, and welcome. All right, I've done this video before. I'm sure everybody's done this video a million times, but why not do it again? Can you see me? Open face versus closed face, full face helmet. So you can see my pretty face here. What protects you better? Vines and vices? Do helmets save lives? That type of thing. Well, I think the statistics clearly show that helmets do actually save you from a lot of injuries. If you're going fast enough to kill yourself, you're going to kill yourself. That's pretty much the way it's going to go. But if you have to choose protection versus visibility, well, that type of thing, what saves you more, being more, situationally alert versus having more shielding? Well, the newer closed-face helmets like this one, they're not like the old ones. The old ones used to have really bad peripheral vision, I found. It was really hard to find a full-face helmet that you didn't have to be pretty much an owl to turn your head around, do a 360 with your head type of thing to be able to see what was coming up on you. With the open face, you always had more peripheral vision. You're always opened up, like that you got like 180 degrees there. So this one's almost the same. You're a little more shielded in because you've got this covered, and your eyes do kind of see that a bit. But for the most part, I didn't find the visibility that much difference between this. This was my dad's, but that type of thing. Plus, you have the visor, which keeps a lot of stuff out of your eyes. But if you're riding, you're probably going to have goggles or something. I would definitely not recommend riding without some sort of eye protection, whether it's full face or open face. Eye protection is a must. One June bug to the eyeball, you're blind for life. You know what I mean? So in that sense, visibility, I think, you might get a little bit more sense of openness with the open face, in the sense that you feel like you could see more, but can you actually see any more? I don't know. It depends on the helmet. So I think that one's about an even tie. That'll be preference. You might feel a little more claustrophobic in one of these where you feel like you have to turn your head just a little bit more. I think what more has to do with is the thickness here and here. Like this is a little thicker here, so that's pushing it out a bit further. So that type of thing. Now the other one, the obvious one, is chin protection versus no chin protection. Some of these you can get a chin strap with a little thingy on there, but if you face plant in this, your face is taking the impact. This will take the impact for your face. Doesn't mean you won't lose a few teeth, but you might still have a jaw. You know what I mean? So that's something to consider. Now there's some people, well, I don't drive fast enough to worry about. Only race bike guys ride with full face. One thing I find weird getting back into the motorcycle thing is back in the 90s when I used to ride, cruiser guys always had open faces. I was a cruiser guy. I had a 1948 Harley Davidson Panhead. I had an R60 BMW, and I always rode a open face on the calf racer style or the chopper or whatever it would be. Always open face, because I felt I could see more and stuff like that. I understood the risk of if you landed on your face, you were going to be pretty much losing your jaw or nose or whatever. I mean, I can't risk my face. I'm too pretty. You know what I mean? And only the guys pretty much on the sport bikes or the adventure bikes would usually wear a full face. Now what I see is guys on like Gold Wings, Harleys of course. You'll start to see guys even on choppers wearing a full face, which it looks out of place to me. I don't know why. Maybe just because I'm thinking about years ago or whatever. But it seems like they've become a lot more accepted to get a full face. But the price is all. You used to be able to buy helmets for like $50-$60, and they were DOT approved. And not so much these days. Like it's really hard to find a cheap helmet, at least up here in Canada. But that said, the big one is the breathability. One of the things about this helmet, it's got lots of ventilation. You're not going to beat the ventilation of this. That's also when the weather turns bad. Again, a lot of guys will wear the scarf or whatever already on there. Really extremely hot day, you'll appreciate this thing. That'll tell you. You're going to get, your face is going to get dried out anyway and windburned. But in that sense, on a nice sunny day, an open face is kind of nice. But if you take a launch, the statistics show, the concern used to be that these full face, the jaw part, if you hit the ground, it would snap your neck. I haven't found any evidence of that myself, like in the statistics, where that was the case. But that was one of the big concerns why people would go with an open face, is that they didn't want to snap it. You know, if they landed here, they were okay, but if they landed here, if you land on your jaw, okay, you're going to lose your jaw. So do you snap your neck or lose your jaw? You know what I mean? Like you can die landing on your face no matter what. So I think that's just more of how you land, whether you snapped your neck or not. On the backs, I guess we'll turn them around. I think the coverage is fairly even on the backs. This is a slightly older helmet, but you know it protects right at the joint here. So you're not, if you land backwards, I think you got equal protection there. Just something to consider. If you land on your sides, again, if there's sticks and brush and stuff like that, it will go into your face. Rocks, debris, shrapnel from the bike, whatever be flying down the road, that can fly up and hit you. You're a little more of a knight in shining armor with the full face. So protection-wise, I think it's pretty obvious that the full face will give you more protection. Low speed, dump the bike at parking lot speed type of thing, and land on your noggin. I think both will probably protect you around the same. So that's where we are for protection. So at that point, the question is, why would you go for an open face versus a closed face, other than image? There's really only a few reasons why you go maybe for the open face. Like I said, a little more breathable if you're in a really hot area, that type of thing. Trust me, sitting in hot traffic with a closed face, even with the visor up, it gets toasty in there. That type of thing. This helmet ain't too bad because it breathes well, but like any helmet, you're going to get hot anyway. So I don't know. Do you guys? What do you guys prefer? And beanies, beanies not even going to enter the conversation here because we all know beanies don't do nothing for you. I don't even know if they look cool anymore. I remember a friend of mine there. He had the beanie forever. And at first, it was kind of cool because they weren't legal up here in Canada. You had to have a DOT approved. Whether it was law or not up here in Canada to wear a helmet, I would still probably wear one. If you've ever been tossed off a bike, regardless of what speed, you're probably gonna you will hit your head. You will hit your head. I've been tossed off of dirt bikes or whatever. You always hit your head. Your body completely pancakes out from the inertia of hitting the ground. So every part of you hits the ground. The question is, what do you want to lose, right? So I used to wear open face all the time. I didn't mind it, but I was never really like a daredevil or doing wheelies and all that stuff, crazy stuff anyway. So I was like, okay, no problem. Now that I got the sport bike, well, it doesn't mean I'm going to be that much more crazy with it. I do understand my bike does have a lot of power and it can go quite fast and all that, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm always going to, just because you got the power doesn't mean you always have to use it, right? Sometimes just gear down, rev up, and you can have the same amount of fun. You feel like you're going fast, but you're still in the speed limit. Just gear down, way down. Like my bike, I'll be driving it. If I'm having fun, I'll probably be riding it second gear, third gear tops. After third gear, first gear can break every speed limit in the country. So, just to keep it kind of reasonable, keep the license. But then again, you overpower the back wheel and you spin out, you're going to go down. And if you're going to go down, what do you want on your head? So I don't know. I think there's cases for both helmets. Again, you might be able to see a little bit better out of this, but you got more protection on this. More breathability out of this, but better protection from the weather from this. So there's always vines and vices to everything. There's some helmets now that are really extravagant that you could kind of cherry pick it. You could turn it into a full face one day and a open face 5 minutes later just by removing attachments. Some of those helmets also too with the double visors and stuff like that, they're really expensive. They're not necessarily legal everywhere, so whatever helmet you pick, make sure you check out whatever your legal obligations are for that helmet. All right, anyway, I'll let you guys discuss what you would prefer. There you go. Have yourselves a great day, eh?